Hey, everybody, pals. It is RT again, right in here. I've put together this very long vlog kind of thing. I kind of see it as like a visual video collage of like some stuff that's happened in the last couple of years and how much has changed for me in that time as well. I reached a very important milestone for me in January. This comes out a few days after that, so my anniversary was on the 25th of January 2022, and that was the anniversary of my last suicide attempt. I have been experiencing a lot of stuff in my life generally, but like the last couple of years have been a really big turning point for me. I know so much about myself now that I didn't 10 years ago. I can see a lot more of the good things I have in my life. I'm not constantly battling my body in the same way as I was 10 years ago. If anything, I'm like, damn, I'm still fucking here. I'm still alive. Because, after I stopped attempting suicide, because it wasn't just the once, there were a few attempts, my body then started trying to kill me, which I always found ironic. That was actually my first trending TikTok video, was me commenting on that, of like how, I finally got past a lot of my mental health struggles, a lot of mental illness in here, for my body to then be the thing that's trying to take me out and trying to preventing me from doing things just like my mental illness did. Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing because I feel ancient for a start. I feel so old at 27, going on 28 this year, when the me I think back on 10 years ago was 17. And things are very different. I've had so many life experiences in those 10 years, good and bad. I've met a lot of people, good and bad, in that time. I have been able to find some good medical people to help me out. And I've met like a whole like dance team worth of counsellors and therapists and mental health doctor people, all of those. I've gotten over a lot of shit. I've gotten through some really scary and intense CPTSD, specifically medical, but we're working on the rest. I have lived inside my house without going anywhere much for like 3 to 4 years because of my health and because of COVID. I've made so many incredible friends. I've also found new passions. I've found new career goals I never thought I would do. And that all kind of started when I turned around and was like, you know what, I want to go to university for creative writing and learn how to do that. when you don't have a plan for life, you're kind of just winging it. So basically, since I was 17, I was just winging it. I have never taken the conventional route for anything. I don't do things according to everybody else's time frame. It is only according to mine. And I only do things that I really care about, for the most part. Things that will actually help and benefit me. And also my chronic health conditions have helped my mental health whilst also hindering it too. It has helped me find a lot of boundaries and work on, you know, focusing on what I can do. Not toxic positivity, I promise. Ugh, disgusting. But you know, there are loads of things I can't do, and that's just my life, and think that will change. It'll be better and worse some days, you know, but like, there's no moral standing to being disabled. I haven't become disabled because I did something bad in a past life, you know. There are some people with a lot of weird loaded expectations on that. Also, I just want to say here, I sold this car that I'm watching in the video. RIP babes, but I never named you, and you were getting on my fucking nerves, so now I drive my mum's Jeep, and I feel like a TikToker in LA, innit, because they all drive Jeeps and shit. But you know, like, there's these moments where things were awful and I was finding out really terrible and scary news about my health and my possibilities for the future. And you know, like I was saying about disability, emotions also are not morally correct or incorrect. Both of those things just are. And that's definitely freed me from a lot of things. You know, I'm not being punished. Sometimes shit just is. Sometimes shit just is bad. And a lot of the times, the people experiencing a lot of bad are people who don't have a lot of resources, who are societally oppressed. You know, it is always the marginalised people who suffer the most, whether it's your race, ethnicity, class, disability status, sexuality, gender, sex, whatever, you know, all of those things, probably more to there's more to it than just this is happening to me because I'm bad, you know, or this is happening because I deserve it, I've done something awful to people. And that's how I lived my life for a long time. I thought I deserved bad things because I was bad, because people always told me and like put it in my head that I was inherently bad at things, when actually I was not bad at any of these things. I just didn't understand. You know, like the amount of freedom having my disabilities diagnosed has given me, especially ADHD and autism, although I'm still waiting on the autism. But I should be starting the trialling of ADHD meds soon. I just found that out literally right before doing the voiceover, sometime within 2 weeks, hopefully. You know, that these are things that have impacted me my entire life. Same with my hypermobile body. And it's helped me put into perspective that, you know, actually all these awful things that happened to me was just mainly because of other people's ableism. And the way society puts a lot of this stuff into your head that certain things are bad, like your weight and size. Like, these videos are because I spent a solid year on steroids that definitely changed my body and my face. And like, you know, I'm still always unlearning things like ableism and fat phobia. Particularly for myself, I think they are difficult to detach from thinking about yourself and seeing in a negative way, because I can definitely look at other people I know and their disability or their weight or size impacts me zero on how I think of them. I don't, you know, judge them based on those things, so I'm trying to learn to not judge myself based on those things too. And a lot of it is changing how I speak about myself, and just generally speak about things, whether it's out loud or written or in my head, like in my thoughts. A big turning point for me was like developing the logic brain, is what I remember I used to call it, because I developed a lot of coping mechanisms as a traumatized ADHD autistic child, that some of them were legit and were correct and were my intuition basically. And then I went to some counselling where they undid that, but not in a good way, and they basically gaslit me into not believing myself. And while some aspects of CBT are helpful, like identifying certain thought patterns that can be unhelpful, like mind reading was one in particular that I found helpful, that, you know, actually, I don't know what these people think. I don't know what my friend is thinking of me right now, actually. And all of those kind of come from a sense of self-worth. So because I didn't think I was worthy of anything, because many people told me I was not worthy of these things or anything, I had to learn to be worthy for myself, and using some of these tiny bits and pieces from different kinds of mental health practices, put them together in some weird mashup. Like, a lot of it has been fighting the inner voice that's been there for a long time, and that's the same with the eating disorder stuff too. Like, anything where my brain starts telling me things of like, you're not good enough, or there's other people better than you out there, and, you know, blah blah blah. It's always like, actually, even if there are people better than me out there, that's fine, because there's space for me. You know, there is space for me at whatever level I am at anything. I don't have to be good at things to share them. You know, like, I am not a fucking good, like, editing whiz, okay? I use fucking iMovie. This video has taken a really long time because I use iMovie. You know, I feel like I'm already translating my own language, so trying to learn other languages can be really difficult, especially if I have to speak to people. Like, learning the language is okay, but actually communicating is not. And it's, you know, the more things I could find that were helpful to combat these voices and opinions that weren't mine, has just helped that logic voice get stronger over the years. So it would start with those things like, you know, actually I don't know what people think of me, you know, I'm just assuming they think all these awful things, or I'm assuming that because of these people I used to know thought that about me and said nasty things. And then it was into things of like the logic voice, where I was dealing with a lot of really erratic BPD, terrified of abandonment, attachment issues, kind of stuff. A lot of issues with my friendships and relationships as I was getting into sort of my early to mid-ish 20s. Like, it was so bad that that's why I have chosen to be and remain single for such a long time, because I needed to focus on my relationship with myself, and then also my relationship with friendships. Because I mentioned on my Instagram post of this, is that there were periods of time where I didn't understand or know why people wanted to be my friend, why people wanted me in their life, to the point that I would be messaging people in the middle of like a fucking breakdown, like, why are you my friend? Why do you like having me as a friend? And you know, whilst that's kind of, it is crazy, because that's what it is. I was crazy. I am crazy. And that's the same things with another friend of like, I would vent constantly about awful partners, awful things, and she would allow me to do that because she knew I was not well, and I just needed a space to feel safe to do those sorts of things. And you know, I am very grateful for those people. They've also helped me learn some boundaries, where I've then gone to learn and understand my own boundaries and other boundaries that can be possible. And yeah, like, the logic voice had to be developed because like I was constantly sure that someone was going to leave me, and then it kind of got to a point of like, hey, you know what, if they fucking do, then what? Because it happened. Like, this is why there's always a battle in my brain of like, oh, but okay, am I taking this too far in my brain, or am I legitimately like, does it make sense that I'm concerned about these things? Because a lot of the things I think are going to happen do when they are bad. And it's been a ride, basically. So that's why it's been difficult, because like, oh, actually, all these bad things I expected to happen did happen. So then I've got to deal with, okay, when it happens, then what? Then what are you going to do? Are you really going to KMS over this shitbag? Over this person who does not deserve you or your time? Are you really going to do that? Okay, sounds fake, but okay. And then I realised that there was actually some kind of weird power in that, of like, I thought all these bad things would happen, and they did. So then I've kind of been able to flip it over the other way, and I do a lot of manifestation. I might make some videos on some of my like notebook journaling kind of thing, because I've been asked to by some friends before, because that's how I do my manifestations now. Is like, I put down in words on a page, so it's like solid and in the world, things I want in my life that I will be working towards. And you know, actually, slowly, they are literally manifesting in front of me, babes. And when it doesn't, it's just not for me yet, you know. I'm not ready for it yet. It's just not on my way, or I just got to work a little bit harder, you know. But I'm also against the hustle culture of today, because rest is revolution, and that's how I live my life, actually. Thank you. I have always had big feelings in my body, and that has never been wrong. All these things I've been told are wrong are just an inherent, like, part of my biology. My brain is different, and that has really helped empower me so much more the last couple of years, of like, hey, I'm just different. I always knew I was the main character. And it's just like, you know, I shouldn't feel guilty for these things that have helped me survive this long, or I shouldn't feel bad about having boundaries and resting when I need to, or even before I need to, you know, or indulging in food that I enjoy. Because fucking hell, if you've been on my channel for any amount of time, you know I've had a rough go of food. Thank you, Crohn's. Babes, why are you doing this to me? I just want to eat ice cream, you know? But yeah, like, it's been rough, it has been long, it has been a lot to get to this point. Just right now, I was shamed really early into this journey of like trying not to KMS, okay? That I used to celebrate every year, and the partner I had shamed me, made me feel really weird about celebrating that I'm still fucking alive, when I couldn't, you know, I might have died 10 to 12 years ago, or even like at any point in this time because of my chronic conditions, because of the world we're in. You know, I think it's something great to celebrate that I'm still fucking here, you know? So I didn't really celebrate the same anymore after that. I just kind of got on with my life. So yeah, this and my post on IG is just to say, fuck you. Fuck that ex, you suck. I never thought I would be in this position I'm in, you know? I mean, I know I was saying that I was just winging life, but I had to wing life so much that because nobody can fully relate to the combination of things I've had to deal with. But I found people who can understand and relate to different sections of it, who have all provided amazing friendships for me. And I've really accumulated great people in my life, even though I haven't met most of them in person. But one day, wear your mask. So I stopped feeling so alone, even if I am literally alone at home or in my room. I know who I am, and I know that I will continue to change and develop. You know, I know that who I am right now is not a permanent state of who I am. I'm not broken, and I deserve to be treated better by anyone. I just deserve to be treated better than I have been treated in the past. And that's been a really powerful thing for me. It's gotten a lot easier to just stand up and walk away from people who don't treat me well. And I just kind of, I don't know, there's a sense of peace in who I am. I can appreciate and have gratitude for things that happen in my life without going the complete opposite, complete other end of like toxic positivity kind of shit. And I can feel proud of myself and everything I've done, thanks to my disabilities. Like, they've helped me become me. And without having been diagnosed, I don't think I'd be the same person. And I'm honestly just excited to see what's coming next. There are so many things on my list to do and to try. That's it. I can't wait to see what the next 10 years have for me. And hopefully you guys get to see that along, you get to come along for the ride. I would just like to make my final statement that, my brain's tried to kill me, my body's tried to kill me, society has tried to kill me. But honestly, if anything, that just proves I'm God. I am omnipotent, nothing can take me down. So, sorry lads, but I'm not fucking going anywhere. thanks for watching, and I will see you next week with our normal scheduled content. Bye.